Hi everyone, and welcome back to my music reaction video. Appreciate you stopping by. And today the song I'm going to be checking out is Serpent Moves by Coroner. And it's been a few months since I did a Coroner reaction on this channel, but I've loved all the tracks that I've reacted to so far. Any of the ones I listened to from their 30-year catalog, which I think is only like 3 albums or something like that. But I've loved their music, so I want to check out some more, and this one randomly came up on my YouTube recommended Serpent Moves. It seems to be one of their more well-known songs too, so I want to go check it out and see what the hype is about. And yeah, in the word of Jeff Walker, let's rock! Sounds mysterious already. Oh, this is a nice riff. Okay, I hate to pause already, but this is a nice riff. Really good use of like the rest in there. You have like the 2 notes on the lower strings first, and then you kind of have a little brief rest, and then a little like string arpeggio kind of feeling on the higher strings over there. Sounds really, really nice. This feels like a really good setup to the next section. Oh, that's a nice riff too. Sounds palm muted. Oh man, one of those technical corner riffs again. I feel like this riff right here is kind of like the quintessential Coroner kind of signature style riff, at least from what I've heard from their catalog so far. Like this riff right here, it sounds like they're like going across strings or something like that, like single notes across strings, something like that. This sounds like the quintessential Coroner riff. It sounds really, really nice. Like if I were in a band and I was remembered for this kind of technical signature kind of guitar riff, I would be really happy to be playing in that kind of band, because this sounds really, really nice, and it must be really fun to play this kind of riff on guitar too, even though it is pretty technical.
Raise the moon, call the dead, touch sky, curse the sand.
The intro. Gotta mention that bass sounds nice too. Really in line with the drums.
Like a serpent, glides from its skin.
Oh, that was a really nice guitar solo. I'm gonna replay that whole thing and talk about it a little bit. But yeah, a lot of different techniques in there that sound really nice. For one, it kind of sounds like there's a little slight wah effect on the guitar tone right there. It's not to the level of Kirk Hammett levels of wah, but I feel like I hear a slight remnants of like a wah pedal in there. So that's one thing I wanted to mention. Um, and yeah, it sounds really nice. Let's listen to that again.
Like the serpent, glad from its skin, with gentle moves on floors of sin.
Really nice right there. Sounds like he's in the middle of a bend and hitting the strings multiple times during that bend. You can hear the distinct times when he actually hits the strings in that one bend right there. Really, really nice guitar technique. Yeah, right there. Sounds like he's tapping right here. Really nice tapping, I feel like. Yeah, nice legato. Yeah, so I like this solo a lot because it kind of alternates sometimes between like legato sections where it's kind of like really smooth sounding when he goes between note and note, but then there's also times when he kind of does like this staccato feeling like right here. Yeah, this is like very staccato like right here. And then back to more legato feeling. And this sounds a little bit like a tremolo. I feel like I heard some remnants of like a tremolo bar or a whammy bar being used throughout the solo as well. Really, really nice solo. A lot of different techniques in there as well. And I feel like, I can't say 100% sure without seeing him play or see the tab, but I feel like I heard some tapping in there too. So really, really nice. That sounds like a whammy diaphragm or something like that. Some phaser, sounds like. Interesting section. Definitely hearing a phaser effect. verse. What is that called? Sounds like the intro to Immortal Rights by Morbid Angel. It's kind of like when they reversed the audio a little bit, I think is what it's called, is what the production technique is. But yeah, that right there, it sounds pretty cool. This feels like they're gonna end on this little instrumental right here, just based on the sound. But yeah. That's interesting. And we're fading out. So the last 2 minutes of this track, we're kind of just building on this riff with the phaser effect in the background as well. Interesting. Doing different variations of this riff with the drums and the guitar tone. But yeah, overall, this riff felt less thrashy than their other riffs, I have to say. Like, it didn't feel as fast. The riffs were, in general, like, a lot slower, I feel like. That's not a bad thing by any means. It's a pretty heavy track as well. I think my favorite part was probably the intro. The intro sounded really, really nice, like the first 1.5 minutes or so. Really like how they built up that intro. But yeah, the guitar solo was really nice as well. A lot of different techniques in there. It sounded really, really cool. I have to say the instrumentation of this band kind of reminds me of that band, the avant-garde band Voivod a little bit, which is one of the few metal bands I could never really get into. Their vocals are just a little bit too out there for me, I have to say. But the instrumentation a little bit reminds me of that Voivod kind of sound a little bit. Maybe I'll check out more Voivod at this channel in the future, actually, to see if I can get more into them. Because I know they're kind of like a seminal band in the world of progressive metal or like avant-garde metal. So I do want to check them out more one day. And the instrumentation of this band kind of reminds me a bit of them. But I really do like Coroner, which is interesting. Maybe it's just the vocals of Voivod I don't like that much. But yeah, that's my reaction to Serpent Moves by Coroner. Overall, very good track. If you guys have any more Coroner suggestions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'll do my best to check them out. And I appreciate you watching this video.